What's going on, guys, and welcome to Rabbit's Used Cars. Cubby Kai came to me with a problem. What's new? I know, right? He goes, Rob, we got these new LED lights for the shop. We need some little hangers fabricated. We need to find somebody that can fabricate us up some cool hangers for these new LED lights, these super duper LED lights that we had to have for the shop. I was thinking to myself, I know one of the coolest fabricators around, and I guarantee most of you guys probably know them too. We're gonna take you with us.
That's how we do it in the South.
I tell you what, he's got a gorgeous place, but God, he's out in the damn booties. I hope you threw some breadcrumbs out the damn window so we can find our ways back home. Kyle, there you are.
Oh, it's the RUC in the house.
What's going on, man?
Right.
For the people that don't know who this guy is, which if you're on YouTube and remotely like cars, you probably know who this guy is. This is Kyle from Fab Forums. And it's so crazy. We're almost like neighbors now.
Yeah, we are neighbors.
We're like 15 minutes apart. Yeah. That's crazy.
Matter of fact, when I found out you bought that building, I had my eyes on that building the whole time. I didn't know it was for sale.
You're like that asshole.
I was happy for you, but you know.
But I was a little mad.
In a different world, I wish it would have been mine.
You can come over and check it out.
It's
pretty badass. So, speaking of badass, dude, you got like the coolest shop ever.
I appreciate it. It's still a work in progress, but
This is what I hate when you got like the old. Yeah,
it is. I mean,
Kobe does that too.
This part's kind of done, right? But you get in here, it's more.
Kobe's the one. Like Kobe could build you anything. It could build anything out of wood. Anything. Build you a house. Everything. And like Kobe built this beautiful thing. He'll finish this room off. I'm like, bam, that looks good. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right. You know.
That's good.
I hate that. I can't even drive a damn nail in straight.
I love that mini bike.
That mini bike is badass. But this is the thing that's cool though. So now what was you telling? What was special about this? No, because this is a 2-speed automatic mini bike.
Yeah.
That's made for men.
So I built this thing as a little pit chopper years ago. And you know, I just couldn't do it regular old mini bike, right? You gotta, well, I had to stretch it out, but I had to so I built this little transmission here. It's got dual centrifugal clutches in it with like a sprag gear in there. So once the first one takes off, once it gets up to speed, the second one takes over and like shifts it in a second.
What kind of top speed you got with this?
I don't know, I think it'll run about 45. Faster than you wanna go.
45,
Yeah.
and you're steering with that.
Yeah. That's an old BMX.
But exactly, that's a tough wheel. I tell you, and this is the other thing. You're talking about that back tire and turning it. The first thing I noticed before I even got to the back tire.
Oh yeah, the nut.
Oh yeah. God, it's got a nut buster from way back.
You got a bunch of problems here. You got this, you got that.
Ripping
your shirt off. You got this, ripping your pants off.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate mini bike if you don't want to have kids.
That's
boom.
Get on it. It's
the 60s Harley chopper mini bike version.
That thing is a rolling vasectomy. It's all it is.
Exactly what it is. The problem is you get a couple beers in you.
Oh God,
you don't want to get on this one.
And then you got like this. This is like what are you doing? Like you like Dr. Evil or something?
Well, originally I was going to do a podcast in here.
And then you ended up the South CAC podcast, which you
I
guys
was
need to check out also.
I was going to do a Kill Fab podcast, which is more around automotive stuff, and then we ended up doing a business podcast separate in another place. So I didn't even use this at all.
But I love it. Like, I mean, it's just that cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wanted to have a flip. I think I'm going to do like a flip out piece there. You know, maybe do a whiteboard and then have it flip out where on the outside it kind of looks like a bar top.
Yeah.
Flip out container.
Well,
whatever.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's cool though. And then you got the chalkboard wall back here. It's like you can explain the evil plan first. Plan B.
Yeah. So I'll do this because I'll kind of change it up. You can see like I had another. So I'll kind of erase this. We had a birthday party for my father-in-law. It was 66th. So we did this. Had the party here. Worked out pretty good. But yeah, this is like the evil planning here.
Kobe, we know some of the coolest people around. Like this guy planning a birthday party. If somebody in my family has a birthday party, you know what we do? We go to Golden Corral. That's what we do. This guy's over here like, well, I drew this logo out for him, because he's turning 66.
Yeah, we had koozies and everything.
First of all, Pitts people don't make it that far. Second, it's just, we called you a table in a Golden Corral. The end. Happy birthday. Now this.
So I call this truck Caliente. Caliente. 2 reasons. Caliente, most people think caliente is hot from this hot sauce.
Like a pepper.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think in Spanish it means mistress. or
It's the other woman.
The other woman.
This
As much as I want to drop it and do all this, you know.
Oh, man,
my heart just wants to put this thing on the ground. Can't do it. It's so original.
What can I say to you for a 4.6 drop and some 20s and 22 standard? Oh, man.
Put some airbags on it.
Jeff, keep the camera up. I got a boner just thinking about it. Do you realize how good this thing would look? Dropped on its nuts. Yeah. Oh, my God.
And that's me, too. That's my
school etching on it.
That's kind of cool, though.
It is.
And now, but this has been in your family, right?
Yeah, so my grandma bought this bought it new, so she probably bought it in like 79. It's an 80 truck out of California. It's a 350, and it has like the V44 towing, whatever that means. She bought it brand new. They drove it, and then it kind of sat forever. And a while back, she was like, I think I'm gonna sell a red truck. And I was like, you ain't selling that truck. We shipping it out here. Or I said, if you're selling it, you're selling it to me. So we sent it out here. It needed a little TLC. I replaced like door handles, mirrors, trim, full interior, badges, stuff like that. The paint jobs she might have had it painted, so it may not be original, but I didn't paint it.
This thing is so cool, though. I mean, it's just a nice, unmolested, and what I want to do, hack it up and let's drop it.
And not only that, and they're 20,000. They think they're worth 20,000 bucks.
That's the biggest thing too.
Well, they are pricey. Matter of fact, I just bought an 87 with 83,000 miles on it, and I paid $22,000 for a stock truck.
Yeah, pretty nice though.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And what am I doing? Big wheels.
Yeah.
Desert Fox stripes. And Kyle is the guy. If you need anything done with metal, you can damn near make it happen.
I can try. Yeah.
This guy can weld paper together. He's that good. I've seen him do it twice. But I mean, like, look at this stuff. Like he's like an artist with metal, and we're going to get to something really cool here in just a second. But check that out. I mean, this guy. You need to check out Fab Forms. If you're remotely into any kind of fabrication stuff, this guy, he's a kitten's mittens, kids.
Yeah, this is the COVID coupe here.
The COVID coupe.
Yeah. So under the hood, interior will be really nice. The outside, I'm gonna leave it rough. Matter of fact, I'm probably gonna make it rougher. So we're gonna do some faux rust.
Some patina.
We're gonna make some, stain lines
It's
come down
actually,
the sides.
these Foxes were so bad about eating out under the windows, and especially the deck lids and all that stuff. It's actually a pretty solid little car.
Not too bad. Yeah, I was like,
how about?
Rob's calling me. What's
how
he
about?
doing?
How about a twin Taberski, small block Ford?
Yeah, it's 351 Windsor based, 400 cubic inch, dart block. So it's not even technically a Ford block.
It's Ford shaped.
Ford shaped. Twin 70 millimeter turbos.
Imagine if this thing had an LS in it.
Yeah.
It'd be cool then.
It would be like every other one.
And fast.
You know what's crazy?
And
It has a Ford motor in it, and it makes it rare. It's like,
but the thing you got to understand though about that, it's so funny. I was joking with Coke. Matter of fact, they were working on a Volkswagen the other day, and they retrofitted some of the brakes, and it's got like a master cylinder off a Chevrolet. I said, have you ever found it funny? The more Chevrolet parts you put on something, the better it gets. If you just start with a Chevrolet,
I don't have any
that.
issues with Chevy stuff. I mean, obviously, it's easy. It used to be really, really much cheaper. It's kind of, the aftermarket came around, it kind of evened out a little bit. The LS stuff, I guess you can still say it's cheaper for the same power. The problem with the Ford motors was always strength. You'd split the blocks in half before you made enough power. So that was always the problem.
And it tickled me all the Ford guys used to have like the answer. Like what? And Travis, probably the Mr. Ford over here that's holding the clapperboard right out of camera. But Travis is like, will correct me on this. Well, I remember I went to school with this kid. We called him Peg Leg, and he had a V8, it was a V6 SN95, and he put a 351 in it, but it was like a Mexican block. Had high nickel content, and it's still.
There's some truth in that, but it still doesn't help.
It's
maybe a little bit.
It's kind of like I got a full boat, man. If it's coming apart, them two fucking bolts ain't gonna make a damn bit of difference, bud. I give the Ford guys hell, but they are cool. It is cool.
And I'm a four-eyed fan too, which is different. So like the coupe's a four-eyed.
And I'm with you. I love, this is what, 83 2, 3.
This is an 84.
84.
That one's an 85 or 6, I think.
So, yeah, everybody loves 87, 93 Mustangs. That's just, whatever. I love like the 79s. I like Capris, with the flare fender and the bubble hatch. Yep. Those are the sexy European. Now, this is hot rod. This is fabrication. When I see this, the very first thing that pops in mind is Rick Dorr, California.
Yep.
And then you get all the custom like T-buckets and just, this thing is insane. This thing needs to be a Hot Wheels car.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I designed it, to be honest with you. When I started this thing, I had the cab of a Mustang. I cut the front off, I cut the back off. I had it sitting in the floor. I had an engine on a dolly. I rolled it up, and then I bought 20-inch wheels, and I went to Super Service, and I said, look, I want big-ass tires on the back and little ones on the front, but I want the tread pattern to kind of...
To match.
To be nice.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was going to be seen. And he took me in the back, and we kind of looked around, and I picked those out and these out, and when I came back to pick them up, he had them side by side, and he's like, you sure this is what you want to do?
You gonna put this on a Mustang?
He's like, what are you putting this on? And I said, it's hard to explain. Trust me, it'll work out. So then I just kind of set the wheels and tires where I had the look I wanted. I wanted the front long.
And built the car to them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I just connected the dots when I built the chassis and the suspension and stuff. So, I kind of want to do an homage to the Fox body with the strut front end. So I kind of built this thing, and it was several different renditions. Initially, there was going to be a hydraulic cylinder right here, and I was going to do like a standard coilover strut setup, and then it was going to fold up. So that's how you drop it on the ground. The whole strut tower would fold up.
We'll move the whole front end, yeah.
And then when you're ready to take off, it'd push the strut tower back down.
That's cool.
And you rock and roll. Well, after messing with it, I was like, I'm going to have issues with caster and camber and adjustment, and, I wasn't going to be able to tie it in.
Well, exactly. I could see a lot of room for error there.
And so I ended up changing it to, this is what you'd kind of see on like California hydraulic cars.
Like lowriders.
Yeah, like lowriders. So that's a lowrider shot or cylinder there. And then what happens, it's not done yet, but there'll be some lines that come off, and then I'll use accumulators. So these right here are what they call an accumulator. It's basically a gas-charged bladder setup. Hydraulic fluid goes in, pushes up on that bladder, and that's your spring. So that bladder will kind of squeeze, and that'll be your spring, and then the fluid transfer itself is the shock.
That's wild.
Oh, that is cool.
And then out the back side, it just goes to the pump, so you can raise it up and down.
Right.
So there'd be one per side.
Be one per side on the front. The rear is a cantilevered setup, so it's a hydraulic cylinder on the front with a standard coilover on the back, and that's how you get your up and down on the back side of it.
Has it ever ran? It
runs right now. You want to fire it up?
But they got a distributor cap on it, so.
Yeah, it's all coil on plug. I call that my Bluetooth distributor. I'm gonna put a
That's what I was about to say, because that's the very first thing I said. I see the coil packs down here, but I was like.
I'm gonna put a Bluetooth symbol on it.
That'd be funny.
I love it.
People.
Hell yeah, fire it up.
I had a guy in here the other day. I was getting ready to fire it. He was like, hey. And I was like, nah.
You got distributor cap. Hell, I fell for it too. I want to tell you guys something, and I've been around a lot of different shops and a lot of different car guys, and I've seen some great builds. I've seen some clean builds. I've seen some fast builds. I want to tell you something. You got a brain. You got an engineer. You got a guy that thinks. First of all, it's front end in general, but when you start looking at gussets, and then when they start Swiss cheesing the gussets to make them look cool, look at your exhaust there. Anybody else straight pipe?
Yeah.
No. Cut, flange cut, or what you call it, cut. Like, I love stuff like that. That, to me, look at all these welds. Just, I love it.
See,
this thing is so cool.
The hard part, too, was actually giving it that hot rod look. I wanted that solid front axle look. So going down the road, it kind of has that, I've kind of built this in where it has that solid front axle look, but then when it lays out, those things kind of fold up.
Well, this thing's cool. It's rack and pinion steering still. You got all the modern driving stuff, And look, this thing's cool. So you took a Fox body coupe and he's chopped the top on it. That's another thing. And you gotta think about when you chop a top, it's not, oh, he just cut that and dropped the top down. No, because this gets wider and this is narrower, so you took the section out. So that's why I'm assuming you had to put this in here and you can see where you put it together.
Yeah.
Because you had to widen it.
You have to, yeah. So when you chop the top on it, so I chopped 4 inches out of the top of this. So if you think, 4 inches like that, you have to move it forward and then down, and it widens it as well, which I had to take. I took 8 inches out of the whole center, too.
To bring it, yeah.
And that's to get the hot rod look. I wanted that.
Well, it's going to look boxy looking
Yes.
too. Yeah, that's the thing. This is a Fox body Mustang. Now I got them 17-inch pony wheels on there. I got my clear marker lights.
Yeah.
This is way out of the realm of that. So we've got a big fabricating job for you.
We do.
We got something. I don't know if you can handle it. Where's it even at?
I got it up here.
Did we lose it?
No, I got it up here.
You got to show them. We got a big. I don't know if you can handle this or not, but we're hoping you can.
We'll come over here. We got
Oh, man, I know what those are.
13 of these guys.
That's what I got in here.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How'd you mount yours?
I just hang them from I just use like an S-buckle.
Yeah, see, this is what we're thinking. This is your little thing that comes with it that screws in.
Yeah.
But what we're thinking is putting, because we got wooden trusses. So a bolt with like a tab that we can
Like
screw
a
to
flat
the side
flange,
of
you
the
can bolt it.
trusses.
You can bolt it to the flanges.
So you're talking about
Or bolted
slide
to-
it over there with a
No,
set
it
set
would
bolt.
be, it would be like, let's say this is your truss. This would go screw down in there, and then it would go in there like that, and then you just screw to the side of the truss.
Oh, I got you. Just like an L bracket or something.
Yeah, kinda
Basically
like
on
flat
top of a
bracket.
bolt, basically they'll
Yeah.
screw in there. What do you think you can handle something
Yeah, I
like
could
that? I
do
mean,
that.
I don't know.
It's very complicated.
Oh,
There you go.
Woo!
see, this is the thing. This guy doesn't play. Let's go try it out. Let's see
Yeah.
what it looks like. You want
That's
to?
exactly what I was talking about.
I was kind of hoping he had a powder coated too, but that's okay. We can live with that for right now. He said I made it.
I mean,
in
I got
30
a rattle
seconds.
can.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Look at.
That's exactly.
There you go.
So now we only need
13 more.
Yeah, basically.
13 more. So
I can make it happen.
Well, you know what? You're the man, Kyle. I owe you lunch
Sweet.
yes, sir.
and dinner. Guys, we'll catch you next time at Rabbit's Used Cars.